Hi hearts, it's Necro Nicki, Leo in Love Part 2, and a trip I went on. Now what I didn't mention in the previous Leo in Love video is that your astrology sign doesn't just go based off what your sun sign is. So my sun sign is Leo. But for example, my moon is in Gemini. Speaking of Gemini, 2020 has been crazy. And I've been on dates with quite a few Geminis and I've made a bunch of Gemini friends. So this is my Gemini phase, I guess. So glad my Aries phase is over. Leos are a fixed fire sign. Aries are known as the first fire sign, so they start things. And Sagittarius are mutable fire. In the previous video also, I was going through a Sagittarius phase where I was meeting quite a few. And a few characteristics of Leos include lounging around in the lion's den. So I had not been on a trip on a plane in over 10 years because I like being at home. I mean, I get a lot done. It just takes a lot for me to leave. It was a cool trip though. I got to go to Michigan and I'm actually moving across the country and got to check out my new apartment. It's so much bigger. I'm so excited. So excited to be a country girl. And there was a cemetery I went to where it had a ton of tombstones from the 1800s and early 1900s. Some witches were buried there. There's a certain witch tombstone that I was looking for that I couldn't find, but it was so cool just seeing all those old graves that were weathered down, and a lot of them had different occult symbols on them, such as the pentagram and various esoteric symbols from different orders. It was really cool. So I'm definitely gonna keep going there, especially when I move across the country, and do some necromancy out over there. So I mentioned I'm in a Gemini phase right now and my moon is in Gemini. So your moon sign typically deals with your emotions, how you handle them, and your shadow side, so your darker self. So I can relate to Geminis. They like to talk a lot, which interestingly enough overwhelms me, although I love a bunch of attention. But I'm like, slow down there. And also, they have a really dark side to them where they wear masks. I would say, I don't know if fake is the right word, but you get the point. The way they portray themselves is often much different from how they are once you truly get to know them. And they hide that secret side to them, but once they trust you, they'll let it out. They also seem to always be like scheming in a malicious way. But what's funny is that because I said my moon is in Gemini, I know I'm 10 steps ahead. I know what they're doing before they're gonna do it and what they're thinking. But it's like, damn. I thought I had a dark shadow side. So it's a little more exaggerated. Mine's a little more hidden because they like to communicate a lot, so I feel like that's the downfall of their deepest, darkest secrets somehow getting out. Like I said, Geminis are really interesting and also extremely talented. They have a lot going on in their brain. And with the birth chart being a map like your zodiac map to the universe, the two most important signs that really dictate your personality are definitely your sun and your moon sign. Well, some other characteristics of Leos are they value loyalty a lot. So, say I find out that someone's dishonest, I'll lose interest. Whether it's a love interest or a friend, I'll just completely just back off. And we also tend to be leaders. One of the purposes of this channel actually is that I want to be more of a leader in the occult community, in the Infernal Empire, helping others descend, as I like to call it. Also, I'm just so over California. I've lived out here so long, and I just feel like I don't have as much time to do the things I want to do. And just every year, it just gets worse and worse. The nature aspects of it are beautiful. I'm not far from the beach right now and the mountains. There are also a lot of places I like to visit, but other than that, I don't really vibe with the people out here, and I feel like I have to work a lot, and I want to spend more time on my YouTube channel doing art and just planning my future. There's a lot of preparing moving out of state, but it'll be worth it in the end. I lived in my current apartment for a good amount of time, and I can't wait to try something new, meet new people. I know a few people that live out there too, so it'll be interesting. I'm actually driving across the country. I've never driven that far, so that'll be fun. Some of my stuff will be moved professionally, but I'll be moving, some of my things in my car, so I'll look forward to that. In the description, I have my Instagram, and definitely when I do my trip, I'll be posting some stories on my adventure, which will be in November actually. But you might want to check out my other Instagram stories I post before then. Another thing I wanted to mention about the Leo is that we love admiration. You can keep telling me how pretty I am, and often people will tell me, I keep feeling like I keep just saying how beautiful you are, and it's really repetitive, and I'm like, no, just keep doing it. You can even just keep saying it over and over. I love hearing that. A few things I wanted to address are some questions that I get asked here and there. One of them being, are you on the left-hand path? Or they'll just say, oh, you're on the left-hand path. And I'm really not on the left-hand path. I'm on my own path, the Necro path. I don't claim to just be to the left or just be to the right, or even in the middle. I make my own path. I want to be able to be at the crossroads and just go with it and choose which way I want to go. And I don't just use my left hand. It's just funny because it's hard for people to wrap their head around that idea of me not being on the left-hand path. But I'm really balanced, and that's something that Azazel definitely taught me. Also, I have the gift of manifestation, so a lot of spells that I do happen instantly. I either see it instantly or I see them working instantly. So don't limit yourself to thinking that, it will take a long time or doubting it. Just believe it'll happen, whatever. So I wanted to say that sometimes things do happen like they do in the movies. Not often, with, exaggerated experiences with the paranormal. It's not always like that, but oftentimes I do see demons, spirits, hear, smell, see things move around, you know, often enough, but I don't close myself off to it. And the other night I had a interesting experience in sleep paralysis, so that was fun. And make sure you subscribe, like, comment, turn the notification bell on. My next goal for this channel is to get 10,000 subscribers. So I know I can do that milestone, and once I make the move, I'll be able to do videos more often. It's my passion. Later, darlings.